Iron Maiden just completed the first leg of their 50th anniversary Run for Your Lives tour, and I think it's fair to say that it was a very successful one. Lots of highlights, really great performances, especially from Bruce Dickinson, who, apart from a few timing issues here and there, has been absolutely unbelievable, and of course, some fantastic guitar moments. For me, the biggest one was just seeing Adrian playing his Ibanez Destroyer and his two Lato Earths again after all these years. Those are wonderful guitars that captured the imagination of so many young players, like yours truly back in the day, even if Adrian only played both models for a very short time. So it was a pretty big deal and quite timely for him to bring them back on this 50th anniversary tour. And hearing him praise those instruments during his interview with Ola made it even more special. If this is your first time here, welcome to Licks of the Beast. My name is Nico Falco. I've been a guitar player for almost 40 years and a fan of heavy metal music for even longer. On this channel, you'll find everything from tutorials and playthroughs to gear talk and concert reviews and so much more. I hope you'll enjoy your time here and that you'll stick around for future videos by hitting subscribe and turning on notifications. On this tour, the standout track for me was Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, because as some of you might recall from a video I made earlier this year, that song features what I consider to be Iron Maiden's best 3 minutes of music in that final instrumental section. Dave and Adrian both played their guitar solos pretty closely to the original recording for the most part, with a little room for improvisation here and there just to keep things fresh. However, Adrian completely changed the second lick of his solo, and I thought he did so in a way that was interesting enough that it was worth a closer look. He was already playing it this way when they last performed the song on the Made in England tour back in 2012, but for some reason, maybe because the original was fresh in my mind, it stood out much more to me this time around. So what I'm going to do here is I'll play the original lick for you first, then we'll look at what Adrian has been playing live on this tour instead, and from there, we'll discuss what's so cool about it and how it works harmonically and within the context of the song. But first, let's check out the accompaniment real quick, because that is the foundation and what holds everything together. So the rhythm part behind the solo goes like this. So you might be tempted to think of this as a riff in C# minor, but this accompaniment is actually in C# Phrygian, which is the third mode in the key of A major. However, the guys in Iron Maiden aren't really known to think deeply about music theory when putting these songs together. They're just going by what they know to sound good and what works for the mood or picture they're trying to create, which is essentially applied theory when you think about it. So they're treating this as simply C# minor. And in the context of a heavy metal song like Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, it really makes sense. C# Phrygian is a minor mode, and it contains the exact same notes as C# natural minor, except for one note, the D natural, the flat second. This one note is what gives the scale a tense vibe so that it sounds darker and a bit more unstable. Okay, now let's look at the first part of Adrian's recorded solo. So in that second lick, he's essentially playing a G diminished seventh arpeggio, which is a series of stacked minor thirds. Now, the descending pattern that Adrian plays here is typical in heavy metal music, and it actually has a pretty neat twist. Each step down pivots back to the middle note, creating a tense spiraling effect. But the thing is, Adrian's phrasing is a little more unique as he's playing it all on one string with pull-offs and shift slides. Now, this arpeggio doesn't belong to the C# Phrygian scale, but in this context, it does add colorful notes that clash intentionally as a way to build up tension. At the end of that run, he switches over to the minor blues scale, where the flat 5, that G natural, is still there, creating a little tension, but it allows the lick to end on a more familiar, more comfortable pattern. So here's the whole lick again. Hey guys, quick moment here because this is absolutely unreal. Licks of the Beast just turned 5 years old. I honestly can't believe it's been that long. Some of you have been watching since the very beginning, and I really can't thank you enough. But whether you've been here for 5 years or for 5 minutes, it really means the world to me that you're a part of this. So to celebrate, I'm doing a little giveaway just to say thank you. There are 3 prizes of equal value, so when you enter, make sure to tell me which of the 3 you would like. So first, I'm giving away one of my signature bridge humbuckers, the Hayabusa by Corgan Pickups. You can pick the color, the cover, whatever configuration you want. Now it's the pickup I'm using on videos like Chris Oliva's guitar solo on Edge of Thorns, Vivian Campbell's solo on Deal's The Last in Line, and Eddie Van Halen's solo on I'll Wait. If you like a pickup that cuts through, packs a punch, screams like a banshee but still retains clarity, this thing is an absolute beast. Pun intended. Next up, a 10-pack of guitar strings from SIT Strings in whichever gauge you prefer. I've been using these for some time now, and they're a very important part of my gear because I like to stay in tune, and I like strings that have just the right amount of brightness and that could really take a beating. And third, I'm giving away a 1-hour virtual guitar lesson with me. During the course of that hour, we can work on whatever you want. Tone, technique, basics, shredding, songwriting, going over the details of a song, riff, or solo. It'll be totally up to you. Big thanks to Corgan Pickups and SIT Strings for making this possible. I proudly endorse both, and I'm so grateful for their support and encouragement of this meaningful landmark. To enter, go to my website, licksofthebeast.com/giveaway. Enter your name, email address, and which of the 3 prizes you prefer. 3 winners will be selected at random on August 25th. Thanks again for all the support over these 5 years. It's been an amazing ride so far, and I'm so excited about the next 5 years will bring because I can assure you it'll be awesome. Now let's listen to what Adrian has been playing live on this current tour. So it is a similar lick in the sense that it's also a series of arpeggios, except he's using a different articulation and he's playing all diatonic arpeggios in the key of C sharp minor. So we have E major, D sharp minor, C sharp minor, B major, and A major. Now there's just one outside note before the B major arpeggio, but everything else is perfectly diatonic. So let me break down that lick for you slowly. So again, this is just a series of descending arpeggios in C sharp minor. So it looks like this. So why then does this lick almost sound more tense and dissonant than the original one? Well, remember that the rhythm part is in C sharp Phrygian. So it's actually the accompaniment, the context in which the notes are played, that makes this lick sound somewhat exotic. Adrian's phrasing and creativity with rhythms and melodic ideas are a big part of what makes me such a fan of his playing style, and moments like these are a perfect example. Now, I'd love to hear about your best guitar moments of Iron Maiden's latest tour, and if there is one that you'd like to see me dive into, do let me know in the comments. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and stay tuned for more licks of the Beast.